So, welcome back to the Camper Project. You just saw me outro the last video, part 11. We're now on part 12. Congratulations, you've made it. I just calculated and took measurements with a little tape measure for doing the walls. So that would be this wall, that back wall, and this wall with carpet. And I'm just going to assume it's one piece of carpet with the height to do the back one there. I don't think it's going to be more than $50, but I don't know for sure. It really shouldn't be, but I think I'm just going to do one solid piece of carpet going all the way around to make life easier, maybe? I don't know. I think because each of these sides is about 24, just over 24 square feet, and that back is probably pretty similar. Maybe about 20 square feet, but that's including the space for the windows, so I'm obviously going to cut that out, but that they're such odd shapes I can't really use those pieces anywhere else. And if I do it as one piece, I don't have to worry about the corners quite as much, I don't think, but I think I'm going to have to put something in the corners anyway to just hold the carpet there. So on second thought, probably I'll just get 3 different pieces. If you're curious to how big this space is, it's 76 inches roughly, maybe a little bit shorter than 76 inches long from that corner up to the corner where the cabinets are. And then this is 56 inches wide. So it's a big space. Like, I can fully lay down in here, which is going to be really nice. It just makes carpeting kind of a pain because I'm going to have to put stuff to hold the carpet in the corners, which will look a little different, and I need to figure out the best way to do that so it matches the trim. But I am going to start on the carpet, and hopefully I'll get the interior finished this week. That is my goal, finish the interior in this video. So let's get started. Off to Home Depot we are. I ran up to Home Depot and did some other errands, got some lunch, and now we're ready to install this carpet. I picked up these 3/4 inch siding nails because they have a really big head on them because I don't want it to go anywhere. So this should be able to pin it really well. And then we can hide all those nails behind the trim. I'm only going to go along the outside and really stretch the carpet out as I go. Wish me luck and that I don't mess this up because it was like $50 worth of carpet. Other than that, let's get started. I'm going to open up the garage door so that I can actually see because it's pretty dark in there right now with no light coming in from the outside. But it's a hot one now. This is going to be a mistake. Well, that took a lot longer than I expected because it got way too hot in the middle of the afternoon. So I waited a few hours and just watched TV. in the nice AC of my living room. But damn, that looks good, and you can't see a thing. So if I come inside though, come on, there we go. That looks a lot better. And there's already a difference with the echo. Very slight, but still a difference with how it echoes, which will change even more once the mattress is in. But I have those two windows cut out. Those ones still need to have windows actually go in them in the back, because we need to do that outside. Hopefully that'll get done as well this week. But really, I want to nail down the interior. Literally, I started with nails and then switched over to a staple gun once the trailer with all of our tools got back. So that's took me a little while. I redid one of the walls I had originally nailed because it was a little, I'm trying to think of the right word. It's too hot down here for me to think. Like loose, I guess. But it looks really good. There are a few spots that it definitely is not great, but those are all around the edges where the trim will go, so it will hide that, which is the good thing about carpeting. Plus, it was only like $50 for all the carpet. It was like almost 11 square yards of carpet or something ridiculous like that. But it looks really nice in here. It's a nice material. It's not like super itchy, kind of like wool can be. It's more like a nice kind of sock material almost. I don't know. It's comfortable and not gonna be a pain to like lay against or anything like that, or have your arm rest against it while you're sleeping. So other than that, I think I need to figure out a fan system for here because it gets so warm with this insulation. I'm definitely gonna have to take this winter camping at some point in the next year, just to see, because I bet I could go to some place where it's like less than freezing and it's absolutely perfect. I bet probably around like 0 degrees Fahrenheit is where the limit's going to be, depending on how much heat is coming off my body. Or like, I suppose I could put a mini space heater in there, since I do have this nice little floor area. Since the bed should come to right about here, there's a nice 16-inch area of flooring for a space heater, but that's a whole nother thing that we'll address when we get there. AC unit might be what's first thing to get addressed if I don't figure out a fan. I think next I'm gonna go get the trim probably tomorrow from out in the shed, because it's been raining, and maybe urethane that up, or maybe I'll do that tonight. I don't know yet. I'll figure it out. I'm gonna go get some dinner. But anyway, if you're liking this so far, comment down below, subscribe, press that like button. Really, I want to see your feedback. But anyway, catch you in a bit. Okay, everybody. So, you were just watching me flat plane some of our trim pieces. I'm going to urethane those. Probably going to do a few more, actually, because we only have 5. I think we're going to need like 8. But it's really easy to do. It takes me only a few minutes to do it. And then urethaning, usually just letting the urethane dry at that point. But in other news, we came out here last night and did this. We still have a little bit on the bottom. It got a little too dark because we don't have any lights where the door is here. But we got this on, which means that I can go and run the router around these corners so that the corners can get cut off, as well as do the windows. So I think I'm going to get a couple more of those planed, urethane them, and come cut the windows out so those have plenty of time to dry. And maybe today, hopefully tonight, we will have all the trim done for the interior, as well as we'll have all the windows in, and maybe, just maybe, we'll have the electricity running and the switches can work and the lights in. But that's the big if. I don't know if I'm going to have enough of the pieces urethaned at this point to do that, because we have to router some and do a whole mess of stuff. But you'll see that later in the video. Anyway, I'm going to get to work on a couple more of those flat planes, and then you'll probably see me do the windows next. Okay, so I got the windows in, cleaned them up, vacuumed the inside. It looks pretty good. I can't get a few of the screws to fit in, but I don't think it'll be an issue at this point. I got most of them. I have at least one screw in each corner of the windows. So it looks pretty good on the inside too. I think I can fit in here and I'll have enough light to really let you know. But yeah, look at that. That's a lot of light. I also urethaned out our trim pieces, which look really good with just one coat. So probably I'll just end up leaving one coat on. Those hopefully will go in tonight, maybe, along with possibly this bottom piece, and then maybe we'll start on those top trim for the exterior trim as well. Or we might frame out the door. I don't know. It's really whatever time we decide to come out and work on it, usually after dinner. So hopefully this gets done. At least the inside should be done by the end of the week. I really wanted to get the inside done so I can see how it looks with all the lights and stuff, because that's what I'm really excited about at this point, since we know what the outside's going to look like. We know that it's going to have a little like metal stripe, probably like 2 inches of like black metal that's or brown dark colored metal that's bent around each corner and on the sides and the roof and line and all that. So it's really the inside that I'm excited about right now, because we can't do anything until we set it down on the trailer for adding our bike rack / utility rack along the sides to be like an exoskeleton. It also won't get added until we weigh it and find out what our weight is. We also still have to register the trailer, which I'd love to find some way to get the RMV to actually answer the phone. I waited on call for like 40 minutes and they did not answer, which just infuriates me. I was like caller number 170 in the queue, and it kept going up for the wait time. It started at 40 minutes and eventually led all the way up to 60 minutes, and I just had enough, and my phone was not gonna last on the battery that I had left on it. So that's my little rant about the RMV and the process. It's a homemade trailer. I don't know why this is so difficult to do, but it would be a lot easier if the RMV by me wasn't closed, and the closest one is like 2 hours away, and it's by appointment only. I don't think I'm going to get an appointment, nor have the time during the week to even go when they're open, because I work all the time. So problems, insurance company, problem even more, because they demand registration for the trailer, which it's a homemade trailer. I have put a new axle, new springs, new mounts, new jack, everything. Like, it's pretty much, I rebuilt this trailer from the ground up. And I don't get why it's so difficult. Every form I've read, everything says you should be able to walk in and say, hey, I have a homemade trailer. This is what it is, and here you go. So long as it's under 3,000 pounds. Once it goes above that, there's a whole bunch of different regulations. This is not designed to be that. This should be under 3,000 pounds. It really shouldn't be as difficult as it is. I just wish that COVID wasn't really the problem here, because that's why we don't have an RMV within 2 hours of us. So anyway, I'll come do the trim later tonight, but I'll time lapse that in a second here. Just give me a minute. Okay, so it's like 9 o'clock at night. It's completely dark out. So I'm going to be done for the night. I just finished all the trim and I put the mattress in. So I'm going to cut to that in the morning or tomorrow at some point, probably after I get done with work, where it's actually bright enough to see, because you can't see much. It's kind of a dark pit in there, but with that completed, all I have to do is wire up the lights, get a battery, and then figure out maybe some little like notches for the shelves. I don't know what I'm doing for the shelves yet for keeping stuff in there because I don't know what's going to be in there. So I'm going to leave them blank for now. It's a really easy fix. That's why I'm leaving it blank. It takes me like 10 seconds with some glue and some nails. But anyway, I'll show you that right now. So you have to tell me in the comments what you think of how this came out. I really love it. It's just rustic enough that it reminds you you're camping, but not so rustic that you feel like you're in an abandoned cabin. The white is so good for making it feel clean, while the darker rug on the side and the trim make it feel more rustic and a little bit more homey and whatnot, in my opinion. But that's just my opinion. I want to hear what everybody else has to think about it now that you've seen it. I also just installed way up there, and on the other side as well, 2 of the strip lights. I have 4 more. I don't think I need all of them. I'm kind of waiting for all the electrical components so I can test it now that everything's hooked up to come in. I decided to go with a Goal Zero battery, and I'm just going to wire up the lights and the 2 USB ports that I have right here with a 12 volt socket like you have in your car as a cigarette lighter, and that plugs right into a Goal Zero battery. It means I don't have to worry about grounding as much or anything of the sort. It's plug and play. It is a lot easier than using the 5-watt trickle charger solar panel I have, when I can upgrade once I get the roof rack and everything set up that way to a 50 or even 100-watt solar panel that plugs right in. And I think the cable might actually fit through the cable like port that I have laying around here somewhere. I think it's on the shelf with all the other random parts. But that'll be really neat. I went with the 200X. If you care about that, I'll do a review on it and other stuff in another episode when it comes in. But I'm super hyped. I was hoping to get a 400, but they were all out of stock on the site that I was using, which is Expert Voice, if you are aware of that. So therefore you now know more about how I get some of the stuff I get for the prices I get it at. But I'm not going to say anymore because that's how I lose those prices. Anyway, I really, really am excited to see this. So I have the front panel, that one last little piece of FRP cut out already, just about ready to go on. I literally just have to go through and put the contact cement on and we'll be good to go. And then we could actually put the rear on once the door frame's in and set it on the trailer, which will be super exciting. Because then I can actually put the lights on, because I don't want to put the lights on and drop the trailer, or drop the cabin onto the trailer and break one of my expensive lights. Because trailer lights are ridiculously expensive for LED ones that can mount sideways. But that's another thing. Anyway, let's get the front on. So we didn't end up doing the front, but the door did get done. So if you look here, I still need to cut out the window hole, but this is the back of the door, and this is a fully working door latch in the door. If I flip it over, got heavier. It's right there. Like, full door latch. It probably needs to get some extra gasket or something around it because it doesn't look like it's quite sitting flush yet, which I probably should have done before I manhandled it in, but it's probably just going to get some silicone around it because that'll be simple and fairly easy to apply at this point. But up next is going to be cutting out this window. I actually put a couple blocks of 1/2-inch plywood in around the door handle so that it's solid. You can hear that. Sounds a bit different there. But yeah, I'm going to end the video here because it goes up tomorrow. It's Thursday night. And I think it's like 20 minutes long. So it's like 2 episodes in 1 week, basically, but all in one. I'm sure everybody loves that. It's long, but we got a lot of stuff done this week, and I really hope you all like it. Please like, share, comment below, and really hit that subscribe button. Let me know that you are paying attention. But anyway, I'm signing off for the night. Hope you had a good day. Hope you had a good week, because this has been amazing, and I can't wait to get it on the road. Bye.